Most couples think intimacy means more date nights and better communication. They focus on talking more and scheduling romance, which can lead to forced connection and, believe it or not, even more frustration. But what if I told you that true intimacy, both emotional and physical, actually starts with something much simpler that has nothing to do with your calendar or your communication skills? Why the date night fix falls short. I can't tell you how many couples I've worked with who say, we've tried the weekly date night, we've had big heart-to-hearts, we've even planned a weekend getaway, and yet they return home and nothing has really changed. Why? Because intimacy isn't something you can pencil in once a week. It's not about isolated, picture-perfect moments, although those can be nice sometimes. It's actually more about the micro moments you create in the in-between spaces of normal everyday life. The biggest misunderstanding I see in my clients is they confuse physical and emotional intimacy, thinking those are the same thing, and they're actually two separate goals. They'll say, we just need more sex, or we just need to talk more. But in reality, those two forms of intimacy feed each other. When emotional intimacy is low, when you don't feel seen, heard, or safe, physical intimacy starts to feel mechanical or even like a chore. And when physical intimacy fades, it's harder to feel emotionally close. You can see the loop. And that loop can spiral up into something good or spiral down into something terrible. So what is intimacy? Let's define it. Emotional intimacy is the feeling of being fully known and accepted by your partner, where you can share your inner world without fear of judgment. Physical intimacy is the expression of that connection through touch, affection, and sexuality, but also through everyday physical closeness, a hand on the back when you pass in the kitchen, a hug that lingers 2 seconds longer than usual, your knees touching on the couch. Notice something? Both kinds of intimacy are built on the same foundation: safety. The safety factor. If your nervous system doesn't feel safe with your partner, it doesn't matter how many dinners you plan or how many conversations you have, your body will still guard itself. And this is especially true in neurodivergent relationships. If one or both partners is dealing with sensory sensitivities, communication delays, or emotional regulation differences, intimacy can't just be decided on. It has to be earned through consistent, safe connection. I'm going to give you 2 examples. The same night, different outcomes. Picture this. Couple A goes out for dinner because it's date night. They're both a little stressed from the day. Conversation stays surface level, maybe drifts into work talk or kid logistics. They come home, feel the same distance as before, and maybe even feel a little disappointed that the night didn't fix anything. Couple B has no date night planned, but earlier that week they shared a quiet laugh over coffee. They touched each other's hand when passing in the hallway. They ended the day just sitting close, talking for just 5 minutes about something meaningful. By the time the weekend comes, connection feels alive and physical intimacy happens naturally without a script. Same relationship structure, completely different outcomes, because the connection was nurtured in small moments, not forced into one big one. How to nurture both types of intimacy? If you want to strengthen both physical and emotional intimacy, you're going to start with consistent, low-pressure connection points. Offer small touches without expectation. Ask one genuine, curious question every day. Practice staying present when your partner shares, even if you don't fully agree. Acknowledge them out loud for something you appreciate. These things sound simple because they are, and that's why they work. When safety is established, emotional intimacy grows. When emotional intimacy grows, physical intimacy follows. Let's do a client story, Maya and Ryan, not their real names. Maya came to me saying, we're roommates, not lovers. She and Ryan tried to fix it with grand gestures, a surprise trip, expensive dinners, but the spark never lasted. We stripped it back to the basics every day, one moment of intentional connection. No pressure, no agenda. A kiss on the shoulder while he made breakfast. A 2-minute check-in before bed. 6 weeks later, Maya said, "It's like we actually see each other again. It's like we can see who each other is." Physical intimacy had returned because they planned it and because they built that emotional safety net for themselves. So, where do you start now? If you've been feeling the gap where touch feels rare and conversation feels heavy, don't start by scheduling a big night. Start by creating safety in the smallest ways, because intimacy isn't about more talking or romance. It's about feeling safe enough to let your guard down and inviting your partner to do the same. That's where physical and emotional closeness really begin. From there, it can grow into something much deeper than a date night could ever give you. Big love, my friends. Let me know if this was helpful. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're enjoying these, subscribe and hit the notifications so you don't miss the next one. Bye bye.